I have a bold prediction. I think the 73-9 Warriors will not be the best season after this season. I think the OKC Thunder will win 74 games and beat that record. Right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder have a 20-1 record with Jalen Williams being out for most of the season, only playing 2 games thus far. OKC has the best defense by far and second best in steals, while also having low turnovers, being the second lowest turnover team in the league and also the third most points as a team, even though they aren't shooting the three ball that well. The Thunder are around the middle of the pack in terms of shooting three-pointers, but they do not rely on it as much. They rely on more of just shot creation from the mid-range and the paint, which are sometimes more efficient for them. The Thunder haven't been into many clutch games. They have been to one versus the Phoenix Suns recently, where they got the win. A close game versus the Wolves, which is one. Then you have to go all the way back to first loss that they have, in which they lost to the Blazers. And then you have to go to their win against the Kings. You also have to go against the Mavericks. And then the 2 double overtime. Overall, the Thunder have been 8-1 in clutch games. They've won everyone except for the Blazers, and they also have just blown out everyone else. Although their schedule has been a bit weak, the only good teams they've truly faced are the Rockets, the Lakers, and the Warriors. But they've been dominating all the bad teams by a lot, looking like a super team. And their schedule does get harder, with December having the Warriors, Wolves, the Spurs twice, the Hawks, but there's still not that many good teams on their schedule. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has sat 9 of their games in the fourth quarter. He didn't even need to play, which is really good because that means they're blowing teams out. They give him rest so that he can play every game. And they've also been dealing with a lot of injuries too. But each time they deal with an injury, like say Aaron Wiggins was out for a while, he's still out. Kenrich Williams was out for a while. Caruso was out for a little bit. You know, their big man rotation, Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, is sometimes out. But they always find a way to still win because they have insane amount of depth. For their guard positions, you got AJ Mitchell, who has broken down this season and has been one of the front runners for the most improved race. Then you got Cason Wallace, who is one of the best defenders in the league, third in steals so far, and he's an all-defensive type player. You got Isaiah Joe, who is one of the best shooters in the NBA. Then you got Lou Dort, who is also an all-defensive beast, one of the best defenders in the league. Same with Alex Caruso, who is a do-it-all player, one of the best defenders in the league as well. You got Shai, of course, the MVP. And then for the forward positions, you got Chet Holmgren, who has been looking pretty good, front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, and also all-star type player this season. You got Aaron Wiggins, who a plug on the bench that if you just need some scoring, he will give you some. And then Jalen Williams is just coming back from injury, but he is also one of the best defenders in the league, as well as being an All-NBA third team last season. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, their center, who is one of the most versatile centers in the league, double-double machine that can also pass and defend. They also have beaten every team in the clutch almost. Like, their clutch scoring is really good because Shai, like, he will either get a foul, like in the game versus the Rockets, their first game of the season. Shai was able to foul bait Kevin Durant into free throws, which ultimately won them the game. I mean, a lot of people don't like it, but that's still a skill you use, especially in the clutch, to win games. And then for the one versus the Pacers, where they also went to double overtime, they just started to hit their three-pointers. Aaron Wiggins went crazy, hitting 2 3-pointers in the clutch. Not just Shai in the clutch. Like, it seems in the clutch, everyone makes their threes. Same with that Wolves game that we just saw recently. Chet Holmgren made a clutch 3 to win the game. And then their defense forced a turnover, which made it really hard for the Wolves to win. Shai, even though he has sat down many fourth quarters this season, is still leading the league in fourth quarter points. I think the only way they won't is with like some injury to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in which he will miss some games, because Shai has been having another MVP caliber season. I pick him as my MVP. He's averaging 32 points per game, almost 33. 6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 5 rebounds. Like Shea also has been shooting it well from three, 41% from three, 54% from the field. He has definitely leveled up his 3-point percentage. He's shooting more 3-pointers, averaging 5 3-point attempts a game. And he's just like most unstoppable players, especially in the clutch. And then you add Jalen Williams back in. Their defense is also insane. Like their clutch defense especially is insane. They have no weak link really on their defense. But we'll see if they can beat the Golden State Warriors. I just think they will, looking at their clutch ability. Like they were able to win all of those games in the clutch. It's not just a coincidence and luck. Also, they just blow out every other like bad team. Like no bad team is really gonna beat them or get like a lucky win, against the OKC Thunder. Yeah, I feel like if I see their schedule really quick, their December schedule, like I said before, wasn't bad. Their January schedule have a lot more teams that are hard. Like they do have to go against the Warriors, the Suns, the Heat. The Grizzlies maybe will cause trouble if Ja Morant comes back. The Rockets, the Heat again, the Spurs, the Cavs, the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Wolves again. Like that's a pretty hard schedule. So I'll see maybe a few losses there, but I feel like the OKC Thunder is able to like catch up and just beat even like really good teams. It's really hard to beat them. For a February schedule, they're against the Nuggets, who I think would be the best team to go against the Thunder, especially in the playoffs. Like I don't know if the Thunder will win the championship yet. Same with the Warriors in 73-9. Regular season doesn't really matter too much. Like they still lost in the finals, and I feel like the Nuggets or the Rockets or maybe even the San Antonio Spurs are going to be the best teams to go against in the playoffs. And then in February, they do have a really hard schedule. They go against the Nuggets, the Magic, Spurs, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Suns, the Bucks, all in like a stretch. And then they go against the Cavaliers, the Raptors, the Pistons, and the Nuggets. So they have every team over 500 except the Bucks, who did not have Giannis and were playing like a pretty good team with Giannis, and the Nets. So January and February are a big marker into if the OKC Thunder will win more than 74 games or not. I still think that even if they don't win more than 73 games, I still think they'll win over 70. Yeah, currently the OKC Thunder has the easiest schedule by far in the league. Like they have only versus a few good teams, which could help their record a lot. But last season they had 68 wins with a lot of injuries. This season they have 18 wins. I think they could get to 70 with a harder schedule. I still think that they will be able to get 73, 74 wins. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.